Welcome back to the channel where we dig up the stories they don't want you to know, conspiracies, ancient secrets, and the weirdest truths hiding in plain sight. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's get into it.
This should not be a level of risk for anyone, not for me or anybody, any American.
House Speaker Mike Johnson says he is considering requests to beef up security for
You wanna
members
see some
of
people who
Congress.
got fired?
As for President Trump, he said,
We got him. On the evening of September 11th, a family member of Tyler Robinson reached out to a family friend who contacted the Washington County Sheriff's Office with information that Robinson had confessed to them or implied that he had committed the incident. Investigators interviewed a family member of Robinson who stated that Robinson had become more political in recent years. The family member referenced a recent incident in which Robinson came to dinner prior to September 10th, and in the conversation with another family member, Robinson mentioned Charlie Kirk was coming to UVU. They talked about why they didn't like him and the viewpoints that he had. The family member also stated Kirk was full of hate and spreading hate. We got him. On the evening of September 11th, a family member of Tyler Robinson reached out to a family friend.
Very quiet family. I know there were several cars that frequented there, that lived there. I'm under the impression maybe there's a couple younger children. He may have a couple younger brothers that live there, that his parents were active in the LDS community. I am very much in shock that this was so close to home. I would think that his family would be very hurt. I have a lot of sympathy for his family right now, his parents and his loved ones, that they have to really be hurting.
I'm glad they got a suspect. Of course, he's innocent until proven guilty. My understanding is a family member gave the big lead that turned him in, so thank you to that family member. It took a lot of courage to do that. In this country, you should be able to express ideas. And
Yeah, I heard it was his dad who turned him in.
That's what discussions for and debates for. It's really sad.
Hope you got some reward money.
To the point where on one side of the political aisle, if you say something that is disagreed with, you get killed instead of debate and discussed and trying to bring you to their side.
Very
What happened Wednesday is a catastrophe for American politics, and I do not say that lightly. We can debate about it, but really neither party, no one movement in this country has a monopoly on political violence. We have a progressive media bubble that has primed a good number of us to believe that we are watching our democracy wither and die in real time. Are we shocked when unhinged people see that as a call to take up arms? We also have a conservative media bubble that sees the left or the media itself as the enemy of the people. I am begging you all, we must do whatever we can to stop this. Political violence is a contagion, and as we all know, when contagion spread, no one is safe. If you are so blinded by partisanship that you can't see what happened in Utah this week is an attack on all of us, on all Americans, I just don't know what to tell you. Conservatives have lost an important voice, and I don't think any of us are going to like what fills the vacuum. If this is the watershed moment, my gut is telling me it is. God help us all.
So police have arrested the suspect in Charlie Kirk's killing.
People getting fired.
And people on the left celebrating it openly.
He's been one of the most divisive, especially divisive younger figures in this, who is constantly sort of pushing this sort of hate speech or sort of aimed at certain groups. And I always go back to hateful thoughts lead to hateful words, which then lead to hateful actions.
I was just fired from my job. So, yeah, follow me. I don't know. Like this video, give me a follow, And stay tuned for more content because it is coming.
Tell you what you need, bro. Genuinely, I want to give you some advice. Or whatever you are, attack helicopter or something. Bigger t-shirt. Need a bigger t-shirt. Calorie deficit will go a long way. Maybe get out in the sun a bit. You know, you look a bit like you're lacking vitamin D. Probably need some therapy. Now that you've got no job and you're unemployed, get yourself out on a jog. Sort your fucking
You should see
head
some
out.
of these comments.
Also, just a suggestion. Next time an innocent man gets murdered in front of his kids and his wife, pro free speech and let anyone debate him and have an opinion and challenge his views, maybe don't celebrate it. Maybe take a look in the mirror, realise something's not right. You know what I mean? Something's not right. So, I mean, you just see that. But
You're fired.
Plenty more of these to come. Make sure you follow me. Son of a...
I was just fired.
Look at that. That looks so stupid.
What the fuck? I'm gonna pay my rent! What the fuck? Yo, I thought y'all was getting
Look at these comments.
Hi, my name is Quinn Pratt, and I like going on the internet and finding people who like to make fun of Charlie Kirk's death, and I let their employers know what they're up to online. And we got 7 more confirmed fires. But before we get into this, I want to make sure everybody completely understands what I'm doing here. This is absolutely not political for me. This is not a political thing. It is a moral thing. I really don't care who you decide to vote for or really care what your beliefs are. That is your decision as an American. But what we should all agree on is what happened to Charlie Kirk was absolutely disgusting and deplorable. And it shouldn't be the butt end of the joke or mocked. And that brings me to my last point before we get into this list. I have been getting tagged literally in thousands of videos. 100%. And some of these videos that you guys are tagging me in, I might not like or agree with, but they didn't really do anything wrong. Just because somebody doesn't like Charlie Kirk and they said, I don't feel anything for him passing, I don't care that he passed, that's not a bad thing. That's not them making fun of Charlie Kirk. They are allowed not to like Charlie Kirk. They are allowed to feel absolutely nothing about his passing. And those people, I never give a second look because they're allowed to have those feelings.
Yeah, everybody
But anyway,
is.
let's get into it. Lucas from Wisconsin, you're fired. Shelby from North Dakota, you've been fired. Mary from Louisiana, you've been fired. Shauna from California, fired. Andrea from California, fired. Franklin from New Jersey, terminated. And Deborah from Kansas, yeah, your boss says you no longer work there. Thank you.
So y'all got me fired from my job. But
you're fired. Get out. You're fired.
Yes, fired.
So I've lost my job. You're fired. Get out. You're fired.
Fired from my fucking job. I was just fired from my job. I was just fired from my job. I was just fired from my fucking job.
You're fired. Get out. You're fired.
So I was just fired from my job.
You're fired. Get out. You're fired. You're fired. Get out. You're fired.
Another one bites the dust. The cancellation of Democrats in progress.
You're fired. Get out. You're fired.
You're fired.
Fidel, a 911 dispatcher.
Damn, look at that. They made a t-shirt already.
You're fired. Get out. You're fired. You're fired.
Fired. Get out.
For years,
Good
you
stuff.
and your allies in the media
That's good
have
stuff.
been
If you talk
conditioning half
shit,
of
you
the
deserve to
country
get
against
fired.
the president, his supporters, and figures like Charlie Kirk. Trump is Hitler. His supporters are fascists.
Nobody wants to
right-wing
work around
extremists,
people like
dangerous
that.
to our democracy.
Trust
They're
me.
Nazis. You know the words. Yet you seriously sit here acting surprised when lunatics who believe your words decide to take matters into their own hands. Your side burn and loot every time things don't go your way. Your side tried to assassinate the president multiple times. Your side burned Teslas all around the country and wanted Elon dead. Your side assassinated Charlie Kirk. Your side is currently celebrating it. So don't talk to me about, well, this is not a left
Look how
and right
quiet they
issue.
are.
It is the left.
Demons.
It's only the
They're all
left. It's
demons.
ironically the Democratic side who engages
So it
in
shows
political
you
violence
can actually
and
scare
killings
demons.
of figures they disagree with. And every time something like this
Look how scared
happens,
demons get.
you come here, you tune down the rhetoric, crocodile tears, ooh, I can't believe this. Then a week later, you go right back at the dictator and fascist rhetoric again. So you don't really care. You're just pretending. And for that, fuck you, and you in a corner too. For years, you and your allies.
Hi, my name is Quinn Pratt, and I like going on the internet and finding people who like to make fun of Charlie Kirk's death, and I let their employers know what they're up to online. And we got 7 more confirmed fires. But before we get into this, I want to make sure everybody completely understands what I'm doing here. This is...
So, I was just fired from my job.
You're fired! Get out! You're fired!
Fired from my fucking job! I was just fired from my job! I was just fired from my job! I was just fired from my fucking job! I was just fired from my fucking job! Now I have nothing but this! I have nothing but this website! I have nothing anymore! I have nothing! I have nothing anymore! I have nothing anymore! I have nothing anymore!
You're about to lose that website. Look at the person's wearing.
I've just been told I've been fired.
To the person that sent that video to corporate and got me fired,
Look at this person.
and I know that everybody is gonna see this video too, and that's okay. I'm not gonna say anything wrong. Did I realize that what I was saying in that video was going to lead to this? No, I would have never fucking
I
done
wouldn't
that.
make fun of him if I knew I got fired. That's not really an apology.
I got fired! I got me fired from my job!
But you're making like some awesome content.
So, we came in for an order earlier.
Yeah, I've seen this one. They go into this Office Depot,
For somebody that passed. It's not
and they won't
properly
even
wrapped.
print out the flyer for the vigil.
Alrighty, so, what's
They
your
get
name?
fired. So you know, just so you guys know, they get fired after this.
Alrighty. So they say they don't print political propaganda. So this is somebody that passed away a couple years ago. That's political propaganda.
They try to say, come back and talk to the manager on Monday.
It's still propaganda, unfortunately.
What makes it propaganda?
Because he's a political figure.
Because I say so?
I don't have to.
I don't have to have any kind of it. She's like, yeah. Have someone else say something.
So we came in for...
Cowards.
I was just fired from my job.
This is unreal. Do you want to see how God speaks to us? Do you want to see how prophecy unfolds in real time? Watch this. At what time did Charlie Kirk get shot? He got shot at 12:23 p.m. If you go to John 12:23, what does that say? It says, and Jesus answered them, saying, the hour has come for the Son of Man to be glorified. It goes on to say, truly I say to you, unless a grain of wheat falls into the earth and dies, it remains alone. But if it dies, it bears much fruit. Now, what is actively going on right now? Charlie Kirk's death has brought hundreds, if not thousands of people to come to Christ. And most, if not all Christians have a fire raging inside of them glorifying Jesus. And it's not only in America, it's across the globe. Check out Sydney, Australia. This is the UK, Madrid, Spain, the Polish Parliament, even Austria and Germany, New Zealand, and even in Tel Aviv are all honoring Charlie Kirk and glorifying Jesus. Murals are popping up everywhere. But that's not all. Check this out. Charlie died on September 10th. And John 9:10 says, so they were saying to him, how then were your eyes open? It goes on saying, he answered, the man who is called Jesus made clay and anointed my eyes and said to me, go to Siloam and wash. So I went away and washed, and I received sight. I've seen, and I'm sure this is unreal. Do you want to see